Hi, my babies. Welcome back to another episode of What the Smut Book Review. Book Review. I'm gonna change it up every time now. I'm gonna something different every time. Maybe next time I'll do like one of these moves or whatever. Something different. Anyway, hi. My name is Candace. Thank you for joining me for another episode of What the Smut Book Reviews. I really appreciate it. If you're new here, hi. Hi. Have you blocked out the next hour and a half of your life? Hold your calls, because that's how long you'll be here. Because that's how long I usually ramble. If you are not new here, you know that already, and you prepared yourself, and that's good. I hope you brought snacks, because if you didn't, you may die of starvation before we're done. Okay? Let's get started. In today's video, kids, we're going to review a book. Are you ready? Are you ready? What is that from? It's a song or something. I know it is. I don't know why I do that. I always associate earworms. Anyway, so in today's video, we are going to be reviewing this book. This is book 1 in Harley Laroux's, what the hell is the name of the series? Souls Trilogy. It's, Candace. Candace, it's on the front of the fucking book. Oh, you. Anyway, the name of the book is called Her Soul to Take. Now, this book and the other books in this series, there has been a second book published. There has not been a third. We are waiting on the third book to come out. However, the second book in this series, I think it's called Her Soul for Revenge, has already come out. We will get there eventually. But for this one, we will go over the deets of the book, and then I will read you the blurb, and we'll break it down a little bit. Now, this book and book 2 in this series so far are free to read with KU. If you want to purchase this book for your Kindle, you can do it right now for the price of 99 cents. 99 cents. Okay? 99 cents. You can get this lovely trade paperback that I'm holding that has a very muscular a very muscular tattooed demon on the front of it. You can get this lovely trade paperback for the price of $16.07. This book is also available in audio. I listened to the audio for this book. This book is narrated by Desiree Ketchum and Gregory Salinas. I love the sound. That was very aggressive. I love the sound of Gregory Salinas' voice. The fact that she got Gregory Salinas to narrate this book. Listen. That's all I can say. Anyway, allegedly, according to Amazon, which you know I'm going to do because I do it in every video. I think I also forgot to do this in Hunting Adeline, but oh the fuck well. According to Amazon, this book is supposed to have 491 pages. I got 480 pages. Well. Big surprise. What a shocker. What a shocker. Amazon lied to me about the page count. Who's in charge of this? Who's in charge of this? I want to know. Is it like some cute, like 98-year-old man who just has worked at Amazon since its inception, and he's so old. He wears like Coke bottle glasses, and like he just presses the button to okay everything. He just doesn't even care. He doesn't look at anything. He just okay. If that's the case, then fine. Let that man keep his job. But otherwise, fire whoever the fuck counts the pages for these books, because they fucking up. They fucked up. They fuck up every book. Okay? Every single book. I mean, how hard is it to take a printed copy, print it, and then look at the thing and go, well, it's got 480 pages in it. Let's go into the description and change that to 480 pages. Who? I just thought to myself, what if the author is the one putting the page count in based on how many pages they think it is from the digital copy? And if that's the case, and I'm actually yelling at Harley, I'm sorry. I apologize for my aggressive tone, but you're wrong. Fix it. There's 480 pages in the paperback version, okay? So let's read the blurb. Candace, stop alienating all these authors. Let's read the blurb, shall we? And then we'll get you a brief, very brief. I say it every video. It's a lie, but I say it. Okay. It's from two POVs. The first one is from the main male character. His name is Leon. Okay. I earned my reputation among magicians for a reason. One wrong move and you're dead. Killer, they called me, and killing is what I'm best at. Except her, the one I was supposed to take, the one I should have killed. I didn't. The cult that once controlled me wants her, and I'm not about to lose my new toy to them. Excerpt part dose is from the main female character's perspective. Her name is Ray. Her full name is Raylan, but Ray. I've always believed in the supernatural. Hunting for ghosts is my passion, but summoning a demon was never part of the plan. Monsters are roaming the woods, and something ancient, something evil. Did I say ancient? Ancient. Agent. Something agent. Special agent. Freeze, federal agent. My hair is not the exact shade of red that it should be for that, but The X-Files is my favorite show, in case you didn't know. Where the fuck was I? Monsters are roaming the woods, and something ancient, something evil is waking up and calling my name. I don't know who I can trust, or how deep this darkness goes. All I know is my one shot at survival is the demon stalking me, and he doesn't just want my body. He wants my soul. Okay. All right. So, as you can tell, the main two characters for this book are Leon and Ray. Who should we start with first? Okay, so Ray used to live in the small town of Avalon. It's, imagine like Salem, Massachusetts. right? That's what I pictured in my head as I read this. But not necessarily for witches, but for like other demon supernatural type shit. Okay. So she used to live here when she was a child in a cabin in the woods with her parents. Her parents moved, took her and moved out of the cabin and out of the town. Well, they went to California. Now they're selling their house in California, and her parents are retiring to a house in, where the fuck was it? Spain, Italy, I forget. Somewhere, another country. So she has 1 year of college left, and she wants to do it on her own. She doesn't want to do it abroad. She wants to stay stateside, obviously. But she doesn't want to do it in California. She wants to go back home to Abilene. Her parents still own the log cabin in the woods. So she goes back there, and she plans to live there on her own and attend the local university for her last year of college. Her best friend owns a little bookstore that's in the town that's recently gotten a donation from like the Historical Society of like old books or whatever, the used books that she can resell. One night while she's there, she's helping her unpack these books, and out drops a book that looks not normal. It's clearly a handmade leather-bound book. And inside it has spells and incantations and what appear to be demon summoning ritual type stuff. It turns out that she's just stumbled upon a grimoire. Okay. Now, this grimoire should not have been in that box of books. It was put there, not by accident, but by someone else. Someone did it on purpose, but not its owner. Now, at the beginning of the book, we're introduced to a guy named Kent. Kent is the leader of a secret society type cult who his children, his friends and their children, essentially all the prominent figures of this town are obsessed with the worship of this ancient god that lives underground, deep underground, below this mine shaft where a bunch of miners way back in the day got trapped in the mine shaft and had to like eat each other. They would have all died, except apparently 3 of them made deals with this god to let them survive. And eventually what they would do is when they got out of there, they would devote their lives to preparing the world. In this case, the tiny corner of it called Abilene, for the coming of the Lord. This particular Lord. Okay. They did. They passed that knowledge down to their children and their children's children, etc., 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 until now Kent, the latest generation, and his kids, Victoria and Jeremiah, who are the same college age as Ray, are all involved in this God worshiping cult. In order to awaken the god, they give the god sacrifices, human sacrifices. They kill in the god's name. They need help with that. So they used the grimoire, which is Kent's prized possession, to summon a demon from hell, insert Leon, to help transport bodies, do Kent's bidding, etc. Whatever he wants done, he can tell this demon to do, because he owns the grimoire, which holds the demon's mark. The mark is the only remaining trace of Leon's name, the demon's name, his actual demon name on Earth. And until that grimoire is within his hands or destroyed, and that his name destroyed, he's not truly ever free. He is compelled to do whatever Kent says, right? So Kent also wears a magical talisman that keeps Leon from just ripping his head off. Because obviously your first thought would be, well, why doesn't he just kill this motherfucker? No, he can't. So there you go. So in the beginning of the book, Leon is called upon by Kent to help his son Jeremiah, who has just recently murdered one of his fellow students, to transport the body to the mines where they're going to dump it down to sacrifice this college student to the god, to start the process of awakening the god and letting the god out, right? Ray has just shown up into town. She runs into Leon on campus. Leon is in human form, a very buff, very hot human form. Eyebrow wiggle. And at first, he's an asshole. He's a bully asshole. But he's also attracted. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's immediately like, hey girl, yeah. He doesn't know yet that she has the grimoire. He doesn't know that Kent does not have the grimoire. Because once he finds out that Kent no longer has the grimoire, then he's not beholden to do anything that Kent says. Ray is a college student by day, YouTuber by night. She has a paranormal, like supernatural investigative YouTube channel where she basically goes out looking for supernatural type shit, and she films it. So she's like Mythbusters, or not Mythbusters. What the hell is it? What's that? Who are those people that go around you know what show I'm talking about. Anyway, so I was going to say Ghostbusters, but that's a movie. You know what I'm talking about, that show. So that's her. She basically does that. Well, her videos, her channel's not getting a lot of views lately. Traffic is slowing down. She needs to come up with some fresh content. She doesn't know what she's going to do. So she decides, hey, I'm going to go out to this creepy old church. I'm going to fuck around a little bit. She does. She plans on just half-assing a spell and recording it for her channel and hoping that I don't know, she hears some noises, some creaks in the background, and she would get something, right? Well, she does. Except she doesn't necessarily get what she hoped for, because out of the middle of the circle that she's created, manifests a demon, a full-blown, hulky, muscly demon named Leon, and he's pissed. What the fuck are you doing? What are you playing around with, little girl? Do you have any idea what you're fucking with? Give me the grimoire. And she's like, no, fuck off. So she doesn't have the grimoire with her, but he realizes that she has it in her possession. She has not used the grimoire. She didn't bring the grimoire with her to create the circle because she got that information off of some online website. But when he finds out that she has the grimoire, this is after she has like her initial complete meltdown. Like she has a full-blown freak out. You just poofed out of thin air, out of smoke. What the fuck? Right? As you do, right? So she's had her little mini meltdown, and then there's been some sexual tension, and then where's the grimoire? Give it to me. No, fuck off. I'm not giving you the grimoire. I'm taking you home. You're giving me the grimoire. So they go back to the house. Her house has been trashed. The grimoire is gone. She's like, it's not here. So he's like, fuck. Turns out Kent's got an illegitimate daughter named Everly, whose mother was a very powerful witch from a very long line of powerful witches. And she stole the grimoire. During this period of time, in the woods, Ray is also being stalked by other creatures. She hears a voice calling her. It's the god. He's calling to her to come back to the mine. Now, when I say come back to the mine, I mean because she's the descendant of one of the 3 survivors that made it out. And in addition to preparing the world for the coming of the god, it was also understood that at some point, the debt of those 3 lives that were spared would have to be repaid. So it wants Ray. She doesn't know who to trust. She's running scared for a good chunk of the middle of the book. And Leon, who is trying to divide his attention between keeping an eye on her and keeping her out of danger against his better judgment, because why would he? He doesn't care about a lowly human, but low-key he really does, because but he's got all of these like brewing feelings, and like demons aren't supposed to get feelings. Like, what the fuck is going on, right? But he's got like all these brewing feelings for Ray that he doesn't understand. Eventually, he comes to terms with these brewing feelings and recognizes them for what they are, which is love. And he has this epiphany when he finds the location of where Everly is hiding out. Everly is, it turns out, is hiding in another like a remote cabin in the woods type situation, but in a different small town, like the next one over or something. And so Leon goes after her and leaves Ray. Like, don't fucking move. Don't get into any trouble, but I have to go. And she takes that as, you're leaving me. And he doesn't necessarily correct her. And so essentially, she thinks that he's left, when in reality he's gone to find the grimoire because he needs his mark back. He won't be free to get out of town, go back to hell where he's comfortable, leave this world to fend for itself because he couldn't give two fucks about everybody else. But he can't do anything until he gets his mark back. So he goes after Everly. Turns out Everly is being guarded by an archdemon. When he tries to break into the house, the archdemon kicks his ass royally. When he sees the archdemon and Everly together, he realizes that there's something there, that there's some kind of connection between the two of them, that it's not just that she has implored a demon with magic or whatever to protect her. He's there of his own volition because he cares about her. And so it's a very similar situation. And they essentially browbeat him to the point that he admits his feelings for Ray. And when he comes to terms with that, she realizes that he's telling the truth, that he is in love with her, that he does plan to protect her. Everly is not a bad person. Everly is not like her father and her siblings, her half-siblings. She wanted nothing to do with the cult. In fact, she wants to kill she has a plan, or had a plan, to kill the god. But she sees the feelings that he has for Ray and realizes that they're real. And she voluntarily tears out the page of the grimoire with his mark in it and gives it to him and lets him go. And he does. He goes back to Abelum just in time to save Ray's ass, in conjunction with his demon friend Zane and Zane's love interest, I guess you'd call her. Her name is Juniper. Those are the two main characters for book 2. In conjunction with them, who helps save her from getting roofied at a party by Jeremiah, who plans to sacrifice her to the god. They save her just in time and get her the fuck out of there. And Leon basically whisks her out of town and into a motel where they lay low and in hiding. Come to find out, while they're out of town, Victoria calls and says that Kent, that her father is dead. They think that it's safe enough to return, so they go back. It's definitely not safe to return because she gets promptly taken by Jeremiah. Finds out that he's not only is Kent dead, but he's also now killed Victoria and completed 2 of the 3 sacrifices that he needs to wake up the god, and now has the 3rd sacrifice in his grasp. So by this time, Leon has revealed to Ray that he has the page from the grimoire. He shows her the mark. And throughout the entire book, there's been this running theme of him wanting her soul. If you give me your soul, you'll be tied to me. You'll be mine. She doesn't want to give him her soul. In the end, she sees him being essentially beaten to death in the woods while she's in the process of being taken by Jeremiah. And she asks him like whispers to him as she's hunched over. She says, I should have given you my soul when I had the chance. How do I give you my soul? And he tells her, essentially breathes out in half breaths, like the steps for how to do it. And it involves like cutting the mark into her skin, etc., etc. It's not something obviously she can do right there. She gets taken. She thinks that Leon has died because even though he's a demon, he's weakened. And Jeremiah has called upon something called a reaper, which is like a very powerful magical, I don't know if it's another demon or a very powerful magical creature, to come and beat Leon's ass, which it does. And he's the one that actually beats the shit out of Leon while Jeremiah is taking Ray. And so Jeremiah takes her and throws her down the mine shaft, basically, essentially feeding her to the god. When she lands, she doesn't die, obviously. She just plunks. They didn't kill her first. They threw her down there alive. So she's alive at the bottom of this fucking mine shaft. So she's navigating her way through, trying to find a way out in the dark, freaking out, in disgusting water, cold, rats everywhere, probably. Like, it's gross, right? Meanwhile, the voice is calling to her louder than ever. And while she's down there, she finds a spot where she can use something that she has on her to carve his mark into her flesh, into her, I think she does it in like her inner thigh. And because right before she was pulled away, he gave her the page from the grimoire. And so while she's in the mine shaft, she makes the decision to voluntarily give her soul to Leon versus allowing the god to have it, which pisses off the god royally, because very shortly after that, she comes face to face with the god, who disguises himself as a very good-looking man, but is also very disgusting, like slimy, gross. And he's irate at the fact that her soul is no longer hers. What she doesn't know is that when she carved her name, when she carved his name, what she doesn't know is that when she carved his name into her flesh and gave up her soul, she imbued him with a ridiculous amount of strength, which essentially saved his life. And with the help of Zane and Juniper, he got up. He mended from his injuries very quickly and whisked off to the mines to try and save her. While he's doing that, she's down in the mines, essentially fighting for her life against the god. During this struggle, she ends up stabbing the god with a magical dagger that she had taken from Kent's stash of weapons in his house during one of the parties that she had attended there. Or earlier in the night when she had attended like the party where she was like almost roofied. Yeah. So she stole a dagger that had come from the mines originally and was imbued with magic. She stabs the god and makes her escape. Leon is there to pull her out of the mine. And they get back to the Hadley house just in time to see Zane and Juniper burning it to the ground. Jeremiah is inside, dead. Everybody who was a member of this original like cult thing, the main ones appear to have been killed in this fire. Now, if there are subsequent ones within the town that they don't know about, who knows, right? But that's pretty much how the book ends. Which leads me to believe that it's going to obviously continue over since there's a book 2. Shit's gonna continue to be crazy. Anyway, that's the end. The end. Look at that, 45 minutes. How did I do that? I don't know. For the rating for this book, I would give it a solid 9. I really enjoyed it. I haven't read a paranormal romance novel in a hot minute. And when I started reading this, I should have known. I don't know why I didn't. Even reading the blurb, I don't know why I didn't. But I didn't expect it to be paranormal romance until I got into it, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? And then I was in it. Once I got into it, though. I was into it. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this book to other people who like paranormal romance. I thought it was really good. So yeah, I would give it a solid 9. I really enjoyed it. I think that's pretty much it. I'm done. If you enjoyed this video, if you like me and you like my channel, please consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it. If you would like, you can follow me on social media. I will link them all in the description box below, and I'll put a little banner here on the screen for you guys to see. If you are interested in buying some of my bookish merch, you can find it in my spring shop, which I will link below in the description and put a little thing here on the screen for you guys to see. And I think that's it. I am done. I thank you so much for joining me for another video and sticking with me for nearly an hour. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next one. Bye. Panoramic view. You don't need panoramic view. Okay. All right. We're gonna try and do this super fast. I say it every time. It's a lie. It's a lie every single time. We're gonna do our best. Are you ready? Let's go, girls. I'm gonna kick the door. I could kick a door down when I hear that. Okay, here we go. So, maybe we should just start with our intro. What do you think? Good idea? It's a good place to start, isn't it, Candace? Oh, you dumb bitch. All right, yes, let's go. Okay. I also just realized that I did not read the blurb for Hunting Adeline in my Hunting Adeline review. Why are you such a loser? Why are you so bad at this? Fuck's sake. How many people would miss the blurb, do you think? I mean, you could go to Amazon and read it yourself, right? Right? You wouldn't miss it that much. Somebody will point it out. I know they will. I'm gonna have to go back and fucking record that again. So here we go. Here we are now. I'll make sure to read this blurb, but this is the book we'll be reviewing, kids. Book 1 in Harley Laroux's Souls trilogy. Her soul stake. Okay. Gotta run. I'm late.